Hello, I'm Graham Hughes. Welcome to this second semi-final of the 1989 Commonwealth Bank Cup from Carrington Park in Bathurst. I can tell you it is absolutely freezing. We're certainly rugged up. Temperatures here at the moment only about 4 or 5 degrees. And this important second semi-final is a match-up between Holy Cross College of Ryde and a team from Brisbane, Wynnum High. And of course the winner will go through to the cup final, where their opponents next Wednesday night, of course, will be St Gregory's of Campbelltown. What a night that promises to be, a night where everything is well and truly laid on the line. For our player of the series, Adidas will provide the complete sportsman's outfit, from playing to training gear, as well as a full range of leisure wear. Adidas remain the #1 choice of champions like Peter Sterling and Paul Langmack. And from NEC, our cup winners in '89 will receive $5,000 worth of fabulous electrical equipment for their school. From televisions to video recorders through to full sound systems, NEC provides an extensive entertainment range. Of course, the runners-up in '89 don't go away empty-handed. They also receive from NEC $3,000 worth of product. Yes, both teams certainly have to be reminded just at how much and how important this match is, with everything to play for in that cup final. Well, Bill Anderson joins us once again. Billy, what can you tell us about this Wynnum High side?
Well, I haven't seen them play live, obviously, Graham, but they played the final of the Queensland Division on Sunday. That was as a curtain raiser to the Broncos. They had a good win, 28 points to 16 over Roma. They tell us they're a side with a sharp back line and a good defensive set of forwards. Now, that's the foundation for every football team, so I'm looking forward to watching them.
All right. Well, of course, Wayne Pearce will be trying to keep warm on the sideline. Wayne, I guess after the results of a week ago, this is more like the state of origin for the schoolboys. Sydney, New South Wales versus the Queenslanders again.
Yeah, well, there's no pro-Queensland Lang Park crowd here, but if the Holy Cross forwards can dominate the rucks and show some authority in defence, then maybe our state of origin boys can take a few tips from them.
All right, well, maybe that might be the case. It's going to be a great semi-final. As I said, the winner to go through to the final against St Gregory's of Campbelltown. This is the matchup between Holy Cross College of Ryde and Wynnum High as we take you to the kickoff. Mr. Peter Kidd is the referee, a former Balmain junior referee, now residing in Wagga. Just checking with both captains. And in fact, it's going to be Wynnum High to get us underway through Ricky Taylor. First touch of the ball, it is for Holy Cross. As I said, extremely cold. Good strong running coming from Jason Stewart. And straight out of dummy half goes Matthew Brown. Back for David Shepherd. The kick charge down. Well trapped though by Taylor. That's Kruger. Paul Green search for some early runners. Very solid defence coming in. And the ball's been lost by Jeff Wittenberg. Of course, Wittenberg, the son of the former Test great John Wittenberg. And in that familiar front row position. And John will be watching with interest back up in Brisbane. We sent him our best. Comes away for David Shepherd. He's the man they know they've got to wrap up, Wynnum. Both he and his brother Jamie, who try and get things started for this Holy Cross side. Mujali goes without, leaves it for Dean Mackey. Now Jamie Shepherd, shaped a pass and goes right through. They hung off him, back inside for Stewart. The support comes through Brown. Great play from Holy Cross. They've got them back on their heels. Now Shepherd goes wide. Jamie Shepherd, the away ball. Perfect pass it was for Matthew Stewart. Just a metre away. Now Jamie Shepherd again. He's held on the last tackle and can't unload.
I think we've got to give a lot of credit there, Graham, to Wynnum High for their defence, because they were busted at least twice there in that one play by Holy Cross as they moved the ball downfield some 60 metres, but Wynnum tacklers just kept coming again. You can see the desperation in the side now. All the work they did in defence there is making it hard for them to find a runner in attack to work the ball away from their try line.
So they held off early. Now it's Greenhill to get to his feet, just short of his own quarter line. Back for Clinton Smith. Now they look to get the kick in through Paul Green. Matthew Cox trying to step his way through. Jamie Shepherd for David Shepherd. Cut out pass, nowhere to go though for Darren Locane. Now Peter Kidd has Wittenberg and some of the Wynnum forwards well and truly inside the 5. So just short of the 22 as Shepherd lays out some instructions for his teammates.
The big advantage Holy Cross will have over Wynnum High. Wynnum, of course, coming from Brisbane, and they may not used to be used to this tough week-to-week competition of fast football. Holy Cross are bred on this.
Well, a forward pass. Peter Kidd said it was from the dummy half there, Matthew Brown. Major mistake. Early tackles, it was forward too. He was right there at the play of the ball. Against the feed. But Jamie Shepherd had it and then lost it. Now the penalty for Wynnum, and some back chatting too from Jason Mallia. It's going to cost them an extra 10 metres. So Kruger back for Wittenberg. Swarming in on defence. Again, 3 men on the ball carrier. Green. Jason Predel forced back into the middle of the ruck. It's exactly what you've got to do to the 5'8", forcing him back in towards the forwards. Green again. Now it goes out wide. Good quick hands, but they've gone into touch. There's Danny Walker.
Well, Green showed that he was a player of class. He held that pass up particularly well and then pushed it onto to a support that was in a hole. I think the player there, and it was the winger that's gone into the centres. It was Hancock's, I think, that's moved into the centre. He was entitled not to go out on that one, but a good ball to him.
So it was Hancock's that has moved into the centre. Now Stewart. Back for the second row partner, Mallia. Good pass back on the inside for Mackey. Always somebody there to support the ball carrier from Holy Cross. Jamie Shepherd, David Shepherd, quick hands and good hands too. And keep it alive for Matthew Stewart. Now David Shepherd with the kick. Beautifully taken by Andrew Moore. And good stepping from the winger too. Showing that they might be a bit of a test, this Wynnum High side. And a good solid test for one of the more famous sides in the Commonwealth Bank Cup competition's history, Holy Cross.
Well, the one thing you can always guarantee, Graham, about any team from Queensland up against a New South Wales team, and that is they're going to give their all.
Another penalty for Wynnum inside the 5, Holy Cross. Off the side of the boot. Taken well running backwards by Darren Locane. 40 metres out from their own line. Jamie Shepherd. Stewart had a look at the defence moving up on him. Just popped up, cocked the ball up for Predel. They're starting to come up with a few bustling tactics, this Wynnum side, Wayne.
They are. They're putting some great passes together. They're positioning their outside supports, and they appear to have Holy Cross in some trouble when they spread the ball wide.
Well, again they go wide. This time the kick being put in by Shane Yeo. Sends Matthew Cox deep into his in goal. Is he going to get out of there? He has the pace easily. Good play from the fullback. 11 metres out from his own line.
Wayne Pearce might be able to give us a better insight, Graham, but it appears from here that Holy Cross in defence, playing no one back in cover except the fullback. Wayne, have you picked that up? You think there's a space there for Wynnum to put the ball into?
There is. The fullback, though, is playing quite short in defence. He appears to be, well, there's a bit of a scuffle on here.
Well, boys will be boys, they say. Let's talk about these guys as young men. It was a solid hit that came in. And Peter Kidd is going to rule that it was high. See it for yourself. Coming in now, much too high from the penalty to come for Holy Cross.
And doesn't that hurt on the nose on a cold night?
Tears to your eyes. Shepherd finds touch. Brown looking for his forwards. Mackey. I'll go over the halfway line through. Brown, who finds a huge gap straight out of dummy half. Quickly to his feet for Jamie Shepherd to keep it rolling. Now it's Stewart. He and Malia always looking for a charge up the middle. Switch of play. In behind the defence into the in goal. Is it going to stay in there or is it going to go dead? It goes dead back to the quarter line. Nil all in this second semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup between Holy Cross and Wynnum High.
You just get the feeling that Holy Cross are a little bit better organised at this stage. They've squandered a couple of chances where they've split the Wynnum High defence, but I'm just feeling that Wynnum are hanging on, and that's all they're doing.
Well, they're hanging on at the moment as they've lost possession. Not hanging on enough, in fact, with that one. David Shepherd, Jamie Shepherd, out through to Lacane. Stewart. Looks as if it's going to open up in the middle. It's already done that on 2 occasions. Once for this man, Jamie Shepherd, and then for Matthew Brown. Now it's Malia. Charging onto the ball again, Jason Stewart. Last tackle. He's going to be penalised. He had a marker. Come back and play it. Wynnum coming away strongly. Now it's Shane Yeo. Greenhill is working her way through the forwards. Green, Predel, fullback Adams joining in. Green. He tried the little tip and chase straight into the arms of Brett Wheelhouse. They won't stop him from scoring. Well, a try that wasn't on, out of nothing, turned it right around the lock forward Wheelhouse.
There was space there for the little chip. Green tried it. Unfortunately, he came up against a very tall man there in Wheelhouse. He didn't have to jump that high. The ball landed in his lap, and he went 50 metres to come up with a 4-pointer in the corner.
Well, Brett Wheelhouse should buy a lottery ticket after this effort. He tried to charge down. The ball stuck in his hand, and he showed plenty of time, plenty of pace to go over in the corner.
Plenty of pace from the lock forward. And a very important try from Brett Wheelhouse, a thief in the night here at Bathurst. David Shepherd from right out on touch with his first attempt. There was the difficult angle for you. Well, there'll be a readjustment.
Even the ball's cold. It fell over there shivering.
Fellow commentator Bill Hope. David Shepherd. Hooking it around. What a superb kick from way out on touch. Holy Cross College of Ryde off to a great start of 6 points to 0. Wynnum High now back to halfway for the restart. And of course the Commonwealth Bank Cup right through all the years has produced some great players. Mention the likes of Paul Langmack and Peter Sterling, just a couple of names. One who certainly started his time with his old school was Ben Elias. He's joined us sideline. Benny, a great start for the school.
It's a great start, Graham, that's for sure. It's a great boost for the Holy Cross side, and yeah, they just looked a bit too strong.
Well, they're certainly running freely in the forwards, Ben, but they've got a great 5-8.5 combination, the Shepherds.
Well, that's very important in big games, and as you see, the competition leaders today in our Sydney Premiership, the trick to it is a half and 5-8, and that's the answer.
Well, and also a great kicking game. Shepherd superb there as he found touch and putting Wynnum High under pressure once again.
Wynnum will have to watch themselves in some of these scrums against where they've got the head in the feed. Holy Cross a slightly bigger pack, and they'll continue to work. Wynnum won't want to lose concentration, or they'll come up without the ball.
Prettle into dummy half. Tries to get McDonald Kerr away past the quarter. Well, I was going to say they're doing it tough to get out of there, but Matthew Brown's going to help them. The penalty, he gave it away, allowing all the pressure to be taken off, although they did have trouble finding touch. Now they're in the midfield. Breeze into their face.
Yeah, tough kick here into a slight breeze, but these all-weather footballs don't tend to fly quite as far as the leather football, so you won't want to try and bite off too much, which
well,
he's done.
We forewarned that it could happen. So the ball coming on its way for Cox, and now Holy Cross to turn it around again. Mujali, the forwards are getting deep, running powerfully, Holy Cross. Tough man to stop. Took 3 men to put him to ground after he busted 2 tackles. Now it's Dean Mackey, and they charge into the quarter line once more. Line deep to the right if they switch play, they do. Through Jamie and David Shepherd. Wheelhouse the try scorer. The cutout pass for LeCain to the outside of his man, dragged down only 5 metres out. Stewart in a dummy half. Now Wheelhouse again. Jason Stewart. Malia throws it over the top. Goes behind but recovered by Matthew Farley. The kick from David Shepherd, knocked back by Wynnum. And it's Greenhill who'll come up with possession. Wittenberg.
We can see that Shane Yeo, the lock forward for Wynnum's injured in the background. Looks like a shoulder injury and getting attention.
Clinton Smith under a wall of defenders. There's Yeo in a lot of trouble. Now the kick in behind the defence. Angled towards touch. Is it going to have the roll? Getting back there very quickly, Brad Tatum. And Farley is back there with his fullback Cox. Farley to do some work of the forwards. Straight across the paddock. He's got an open paddock too. Has he got support? He has through LeCain. LeCain's got support inside now with Matthew Stewart. LeCain's still going himself. Right down to the final line. He's going to bust it wide open. Well, you've got to put it down to poor defence, but determination surely from LeCain. A try of some 70 metres. Holy Cross have done it superbly.
Well, this is turning defence into attack. The ball fielded from a kick, a play the ball, and then the ball moved across field. Now, all that was happening here was Holy Cross were trying to clear that area where there was a congestion of Wynnum defence. But they finally moved the ball on to LeCain. Now, he beat the forwards coming across in cover, came to the fullback Adams. Adams couldn't hold him, wasn't a good defence, got good attempt at a tackle, and LeCain scores a brilliant try.
Darren LeCain going a lot further than the young man might have thought at one stage. 2 defenders in front of him near the quarter line. He busted them wide open. David Shepherd with that great first kick from out wide on touch, this time about 10 metres in from touch. There's his angle. Shepherd had the help of the breeze bending his first kick around. This time he's got to bend it back into the breeze. Can he bring it round? It just won't come for him. Scoreline's going to remain in favour of Holy Cross in this second semi-final, 10 points to 0. Colourful sights in Bathurst. Ball boys in the spirit of the semi-final for the Commonwealth Bank Cup. What you call a real Holy Cross supporter.
Yeah, the problem is Mum doesn't know yet.
Ricky Taylor to get us started again for Wynnum.
On the ball, JJ.
Just sits up nicely for Jason Stewart. Dean Mackey.
They work well together, these Holy Cross forwards. They hit the advantage line, it's a quick play the ball, and then it's another forward. Now here's the third play the ball with a forward just steaming onto the ball, getting over the advantage line, getting good yardage, and then the kick. Now you can only get a good kick in if you've had 3 good forward hits first.
Down to the fullback Adams. Can't beat the tackle, and the good one too of Matthew Farley. Plenty of enthusiasm chasing the kick. McDonald Kerr just to the quarter line. Yo, who's recovered from that knock he took. Green. Predel. They look to the backs. Tries to step his way through, but ran into a wall of trouble. Green. Showing the ball is McDonald Kerr. Busted 2 tackles. Malley was able to trip him for his partner Stewart to finish him off. Now down to Matthew Cox.
I must say I like the looks of the halfback for Wynnum, Paul Green. He's a classy player with the ball, but showing a lot of commitment in defence.
Oh, there's Green. Barking at his forwards. He knows another try is probably going to put him out of it. They've got to be the next scorer. Mackey. They just build him up once more to a try, possibly, Holy Cross. Certainly putting it together well. They switch play through a move now. Just sweating down that blindsider's wheelhouse as they switched across through the Shepherds. David Shepherd. Just along the deck into the in goal for Jason Adams to bring it back. Managed to duck under one tackle. Predel, nowhere to go. Pass back out for Wittenberg. Hancock's. Good run, where he gained about 8 or 10 metres. The forwards haven't really been making the advantage line. On occasions like that where the defence is just too strong against them. Last tackle now. Green. Little chip in, but only as far as David Shepherd. It's the second occasion the kicking game's come unstuck.
Well, that's an example, Graham. You're never going to get a good kick in if you're going backwards on the previous rucks. It's hard to kick well if you've gone backwards. You find your kick just isn't going to get the momentum that you need.
Important set of 6 tackles, and that's much, much better. Great defence from Greenhill. Now Brown.
And Greenhill again underneath him, putting 2 tackles together.
Midfield, about 18 metres from the try line. Shepherd shaped the pass on the inside. Now they certainly have it set up out on the right. The little kick into the in goal. He tried to lay it on for himself, Jamie Shepherd. They're going to trap Adams just inside his own in goal.
You've always got two chances with a kicking goal. The first one is that you'll get possession and come up with a try. The second one is if you don't get the ball, you can pin the defence in the in goal and get a line drop out, and that's exactly what's happened here.
Now again with Jamie Shepherd.
He moves well, doesn't he? He's just a player with plenty of time.
Mackie. This is where they keep on having Wynnum going backwards through the forwards. Matthew Brown straight out of dummy half.
Yeah, Wynnum's got to find an answer to get out of here. You just don't score many tries in your own quarter.
Jason Stewart. Who can he link up with? He mightn't need anybody. Over the top for O'Kane. Well, he's lost the ball over the line.
Yes, he did. It was a good pass over the top. It was somewhat difficult for O'Kane to take in. It was a little bit in front of him and he didn't have much room to work in. You can see it there. There's the pass over the top. He had to reach for it. I believe all he had to do was catch that one and fall over.
Stewart possibly could have just about got there himself. Green. Looking for some support. He took it to the advantage line, but they were hanging back.
Probably the heartening news for Wynnum is they're not playing anywhere near as well as they can, and they're still only behind by 10-0 on the scoreboard. So it's a game they're still in with 7 minutes to go to half-time, provided they can post points before the whistle.
Get the kick in again, not making it too difficult for Matthew Cox. He's finally wrapped up by Ricky Taylor. If you were the skipper, Wayne Pearce, what would you be saying to Wynnum?
Well, I believe that they're erring in the breaks made by Holy Cross here. I believe that Wynnum are erring in that they're trying to make forward progress by passing the ball through a couple of sets of hands, whereas, as Billy pointed out, Holy Cross are taking the advantage line around the rucks by storm. Their forwards are just steaming over that advantage line and creating room.
And in doing that, of course, they're making room for these guys. The backs out wide. Shepherd out for his brother Jamie through another gap. He should get to the corner. A bit of determination, great defence. Well, maybe if he was determined when he first went through the gap, he could have got there. He hesitated and still only finished a metre away.
Graham, he was trying to be too unselfish here. He was looking for support all the way. He had one look, two looks, and then finally the gap had closed. It was all too late then, but I'm sure he could have got there had he just pinned his ears back and gone for the line.
So that might be 2 tries now they've lost through unselfish play. Jason Stewart could have just about lunged there.
Experience can be a great teacher, can't it?
Well, they've kept Wynnum still in the game with a chance.
Got to give credit to Wynnum once again, but their desperation defence in their own quarter has just kept them in this match.
Now Green once more for Predel.
That's no good. It's exactly what Wayne Pearce was just talking about. Back passing, back passing, back passing. They've had 4 passes there and gone 3 moves. If they'd have just got someone deep, wound up and hit the ball, and then another quick play the ball, they'd have got the ball out of their own quarter without any problem.
Turned around as they've lost the ball. The penalty against Holy Cross. They find touch finally. On the restart through Kruger, the McDonald Kerr bounced to the ground. Green, Wittenberg, much stronger running just coming off the halfback.
Much better. Now what he's got to do is play the ball quickly and get another forward hitting.
Well, Yo was standing flat-footed. He wasn't going to get started from there. Peter Kidd had played the advantage. Now he's going to get Holy Cross for inside the 5.
Yeah, they're a chance of getting something out of them. I think they've got some fairly talented individual footballers. It's just a matter of them getting the combination, but they won't do it with these sorts of mistakes. That's the 3rd time now that they've failed to find touch from a penalty.
Well, it was taken. He did have a foot over the line, so they'll still be able to get the restart for Greenhill. Holy Cross still going to sleep there. 10-0. The tries might have come too easy for them. They've still got plenty of work to do in this semi-final. Luckily for them, Paul Green's made his first mistake. Put down a simple pass, the little fella.
Yes, he was thinking about other things as that ball was coming. He was thinking about, now when I get this is what I'm going to do.
Ben Elias, maybe the comment's got to be put out there for Holy Cross that the match isn't over yet. Oh no, Benny was having a couple of problems. So back it comes for Jason Stewart. Matthew Brown. Jamie Shepherd. Good-looking kick in behind the defence. Superb. So the Shepherds are the guys that have certainly got their minds on the job in this first half.
Good kick, this one by Shepherd. Shepherd, a left footer. It was on the good side for him. He was able to hook across, got it in behind the defensive line, and really gave the winger or the fullback no chance of countering that.
Green again trying his best to get out of this danger zone, and once more they get a penalty for holding him down. Quick tap. This time they don't try and risk the fact of kicking for touch.
That was the 5th consecutive penalty to Wynnum, so it's up to them now to capitalise on that surfeit of possession.
Let's see if they can do just that. That's a real pressure pass. Greenhill there looking to unload to Clinton Smith. He had a wall of defenders right in front of him. Mujali. 40 minutes right now before the half-time break. Inside the last couple. David Shepherd trying to find some room right up the middle as he came back in.
This is a very important 40 seconds for Wynnum. If they let Holy Cross put points on them here, I don't think they'll be able to get back into the match. They've just got to hang on here for one more tackle, win a scrum, and then go down with the ball.
So the scrum will probably just pack before the half-time break. Ben Elias, this Holy Cross side can't afford to go to sleep yet.
The forwards are much too strong. The Holy Cross side paving the way for a great victory here. I think because of their forwards, their halves, both in the Shepherd brothers, taking control both in the kicking game and organising their back line for easy breaks out wide.
So it'll be Brown. David Shepherd kicks into the end goal. Nearly bounced up and sat up for him. He had to try it. They were running out of tackles. They'll give away the penalty in the play the ball here. There's the siren for the half-time break. Greenhill's just going to take the tackle. They're under a lot of pressure. They did well to hang out there and not let that score be increased in this second semi-final. Holy Cross, though, had the lead at half-time, 10 points to 0. As I said at the start of the match, it is freezing here in Bathurst. Only about 3 or 4 degrees as Holy Cross get us underway. And of course, Wynnum will now have the advantage of a breeze at their back in this second half. Green away for Clinton Smith. He's doing things a little bit too slowly though, Wynnum. Switcher play by Green this time. Dragged in nicely by Hancocks.
But once again, some passes under pressure to try and get the ball out of their own quarter. That wasn't necessary. They're working through a first receiver, and all they've got to do is just hit the advantage line straight off the dummy half. If they can take that ball flat and hard, they'll find that they'll get the Holy Cross defence going backwards.
Now back for Green to get the kick in. They haven't had too much success with the kicking game either, although that kick shows you the strength of the breeze down to the quarter line of Holy Cross. They need good chasing now, but good running from Matthew Cox. Gets it back to about 40 out from his own line. LeCain out of dummy half. Showing bust 2 defenders wide open in the first half for a try. Mackey. Again, those forwards. The difference is Bill Anderson and also Wayne Pearson, Ben Elias have been saying, is that advantage line met again by the forwards.
Go, Jason! Go.
Jamie Shepherd for David Shepherd.
And only when they've got that platform, Graham, only when they've got good momentum forward do they then elect to hit their backs. If they're not going forward, you'll find they'll never back pass. They'll just keep getting their forwards, hitting it up flat and hard.
On the last tackle at the quarter line, David Shepherd decides to run. Now he's kicked it, but way too deep. Might have been better if he had have tried to run it. He had some support inside and out.
Yeah, maybe it's just a night here for Shepherd. If he's got one thing that he might be able to glean from this game is that sometimes he's too unselfish, that he is a brilliant individual player that once he split the line, I think could go for the try himself rather than look for supports.
We saw that happen with his brother Jamie and also Jason Stewart in the first half. Now Kruger, Mujali says, come back here. Green just gets the kick in. Cox is going to have a lot of territory in front of him to be able to bring the ball back. Steps well too. Wittenberg grabs him by the collar. David Shepherd once more. Mackie. Wayne Pearce, in these sorts of conditions, I guess the players wouldn't want a half-time. You've got to get restarted.
It's pretty tough, actually. What they'll be trying to do is get involved as quickly as possible. And one of the things that both coaches stressed, actually, as far as involvement goes, was the double marker play. He felt that both coaches felt that the double markers were having a bit of a loaf in that first half. And I don't know why, considering that there's a win chill factor of about -10.
Well, Jamie Shepherd with a miraculous chip and chase. And now just a little knock on against David Shepherd. But Jamie Shepherd showed all the skills.
Yeah, left-footed kick there over the top into a space. Green was playing a little bit deep for a cover defender, and that gave Shepherd the hole there that he needed. But it was well tidied up by Wynnum.
A couple of occasions they've been really stretched. They've managed to save the scoreline from getting away from them.
Graham, I think what they've got to try and do is work as hard out of their quarter in defence as they do when they get inside their own quarter. Holy Cross aren't having all that much trouble getting the ball up inside the Wynnum quarter, but when they're there, it's a heck of a job to try and score a try against them.
It's Denny Walker. Now Green, long pass out.
Chance here. Oh, just couldn't quite get it all away.
One more pass that needed to go. Taylor couldn't get it away. Now Green again. Stop start. Deep kick down to Matthew Cox from Duncan Kerr. He's chasing his own kick and he completes. He doesn't complete the tackle. Wittenberg does. LeCain. Mujat. Well, in fact, that's Malia. Jamie Shepherd. David Shepherd, plenty of space here for Matthew Stewart. He goes infield, finds Mujali, 12 metres out quickly to his feet, the big man. On a short blind for David Shepherd. Jamie Shepherd charges onto it. Will they hold him up over the line? He gets it down. Well, that's a reward. The Shepherds really have dominated the match so far. A short blindside. It was read by both the brothers, and Jamie's come up with the 4 points.
Well, one of the things a good halfback's got to be able to do is back up, support play. And you can see it there. The halfback, Jamie Shepherd, backing up his brother David. David popped the ball up, and his brother Jamie just crashed over.
Well, there was a good ball from the lock forward, Brett Wheelhouse, here to David Shepherd. Jamie Shepherd backing up. He showed a lot of strength for a little guy here and a lot of determination, and it's a well-earned try.
He's having a great game, Jamie Shepherd. He wears the number 7, but in that piece of play, he played like a front rower. Some injury problems for the Wynnum High side. And plenty of instructions going out from the coaching staff. David Shepherd, 1 from 2. They've all been from wide out. Once more, there's an angle from about 8 metres in. There's David Shepherd's look at it. He still has the injured man just in front of him as he takes this kick. Come around, it won't. He sends it far too way up to the right. But a very strong scoreline for Holy Cross in this second semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup, 14-0. Steed lightweight balls that they use in the Commonwealth Bank Cup. And the breeze does its job just as they get set for the restart. Giving away about 6 inches here, Wynnum Manly, or Wynnum High, I should say, as they set themselves for the kickoff. They call it a game of inches, don't they, Bill?
It sure is. That can add up, not so much at that end of the field, but it sure does at the other.
Matthew Brown clapping his hands together, not just to keep warm, but also get these forwards going again. They do just that for him. Malia with the dummy.
And you can start and see now, Graham, that Holy Cross forwards are starting to go in 2s and 3s. Early they were just hitting the line themselves, looking for yardage, but now they're looking for that sort of play. Offloading of the ball to support runners.
And Wheelhouse, who's had a strong game, it's certainly been important for their back three, Wheelhouse and the 2 Shepherds, Jamie and David again showing the ball. Pass out for Stewart. Back infield, dragged in beautifully by Mujali. Tried to send the pass away for Tatum, but it was knocked down. Come back for the scrum. This will be still plenty of pressure against Wynnum with the feed coming for Holy Cross. Scrum screwing around. Peter Kidd said he wants it to straighten up. Oh, great push coming from Wynnum.
Yeah, good push and good win against the head there to Wynnum. Holy Cross is a very professional outfit. Any team that can push them around has got a good scrum.
Now Taylor, one of the few opportunities that he's had. Predel, Hancock's in the number 5, but as we said from early on in the game, started out in the centre position. Green, Duncan Kerr. Switch of play for Greenhill. Haven't had a lot of success through the forwards. Green sending it deep, better angle looking towards touch, away from the fullback. Great kick from Paul Green, gets it right on this occasion.
Yes, a superb kick there from Paul Green. He gave the winger no chance. He popped it in behind him and had that end-over-end run. The fullback was never going to be a chance.
And early tackles, that's the way they've got to play this Holy Cross side, to get them down this end of the field. Matthew Cox. It's 10 out from his own line for David Shepherd. Brown trying to link up. Well, Malia wasn't watching the play. If he had have been, he would have realised he had a perfect pass served up to him there from Matthew Brown. He turned his back on it.
He'll never know until he watches it on Saturday morning, Graham.
We're letting you know all about it, Jason. Green, Wittenberg. Again, those forwards standing far too deep and not coming on the charge. Standing there and not really coming on hard at all. Green. Peter Kidd wants the tackles kept down by Jason Stewart. Paul Green in a little bit of trouble if his teammates just start quickly with the tap. Duncan Kerr about 11 metres out. For an opportunity to give them some hope in the match. Peter Maynard is out there in 15 for Wynnum. They've made a change.
Shane Yeo has been replaced.
Took that injury, of course, in the first half at knock. Now Predel. First real test for Holy Cross defence. Paul Green. Sat up, unfortunately for him. Set up far too high for Wheelhouse to tidy up.
Well, they never came up with the try, but what they've got to do now is force an error from Holy Cross if they can, and that's exactly what they've been able to do. Plenty of pressure there from the markers and not a good play the ball. So they've got a chance here now. They should be able to win this scrum with the head and have another 6 tackles in Holy Cross's quarter.
Well, Matthew Brown certainly came up with the goods, and I guess Benny Elias, he's a good prospect, this hooker from Holy Cross.
He certainly is, Graham. He's got all the ability to organise the rucks, and that's what you have to look for in a good hooker.
Well, I know you're closely associated with this old school of yours in the side. I guess you taught him how to win that one against the feet.
I'll claim that, Graham.
I thought you might, Benny. Away they come through Mackie. David Shepherd kicking into the breeze, but on those angles to give his chasers time to get down there as he kicked away from the fullback. I don't know that the fence was 5 metres back on that occasion. Now, coming away with it, Danny Walker showing a good turn of speed, kick over the fullback. Have they got the ammunition to get there? Taylor's coming quickly, Jamie Shepherd's there. They didn't look as though they forced it. He's checking with a touch judge. He's going to give the try. This is interesting. They can't believe it, Holy Cross, but he's awarded the try to Ricky Taylor. He didn't look as though he got it down. The replay will certainly tell.
Well, here's the break made down the sideline by Wynnum, by the Wynnum High side. That was the number 3. It was Ricky Taylor. Now it was Danny Walker. He put the kick back inside. He sent a partner. Taylor was the man on chase. Now let's have a look at it. Did he or didn't he? For mine, no try.
We'll have a better look at it from this view though, but it was still a good kick from Danny Walker, well positioned. Ricky Taylor showed plenty of enthusiasm to chase through. A great little chase, great cover running from Jamie Shepherd as well. We have a look at it here. Is it a try? No. Holy Cross for my money.
Well, I think it showed that it wasn't a try. Ricky Taylor's got the 4 points though. He's not listening.
He's not going to give them back.
And he's given them a chance of getting back into this semi-final. Danny Walker, who put that kick through, his first attempt is successful. There's a chance still for the team from Brisbane, Wynnum. They're back in it at 14 points to 6. Jamie Shepherd with the kickoff, and Holy Cross in a bit of trouble putting this Wynnum side away.
Graham, I think it was very, very accurate when you described it as, with your discussions with Benny Elias, that they couldn't afford to go to sleep. They have, and just maybe that's going to sting them back into action.
Well, the Commonwealth Bank Cup final of '89 is just 7 days away for one of these two sides.
Yes, and if you're leading by 14 points to 6, you can't let a final slip away from you from here. You've just got to keep concentration, keep working.
Well, you can see the lift in this Wynnum side now. A lot more running, trying to look a lot sharper. Greenhill.
Holy Cross now drop their halfback Shepherd back into cover defence. They're just going to try and make sure that no little chip kicks over the top cause them a problem.
Green. Well, badly read by Tatum. He was deceived by that ball in flight. Matthew Cox has made great ground every time he's touched the ball from fullback. Now Tatum gets his chance. Driven sideways towards touch. He's just a couple of metres inside the sideline. Now Malia. Taken by Maynard. Jamie Shepherd. Jason Stewart for Wheelhouse. Jamie Shepherd again. David Shepherd.
And two Shepherd boys really putting their stamp on this match now. They're directing, controlling all of the play for Holy Cross.
Last tackle. Trying to keep the ball in play. He waited that. You could see him just look up and see where the fullback was. Kicked it away from him, but brought back nicely too by Jason Adams. Now the try scorer, Taylor. This has been their biggest concern, getting out of their own quarter line. Donald Kerr can't do it. Going to try and do it through the kick. One occasion they've found touch though. Matthew Cox slipped as he tried to take that ball. Can't beat Wittenberg. Jamie Shepherd, David Shepherd, stepping magnificently. He's got right through, down to the last line of defence, out for Wheelhouse. Onto the quarter line. Looking for the try that'll probably wrap up this semi-final for them. Little Jamie Shepherd into the in goal. Will they have the pace? They won't get there in time. Getting back quickly was Danny Walker. But a kick that certainly gave them plenty of concern.
Yes, it was a well-weighted kick, this one. You can see it went back in the in goal, and Wynnum had to really scramble from here because there was plenty of Holy Cross attack coming through on him.
Man that's given the most trouble, Jamie Shepherd. Taylor, the drop kick down to Wheelhouse, who calls his winger Tatum into the action. He's just outside the quarter, right in midfield. Ujali having a much stronger second half. Stewart. Well, that's a Shepherd. Blake.
No doubt about it. Good decision there by Peter Kidd. I think it was going to be a set play by Holy Cross that just went astray. There was a flat runner coming. Jason Stewart tucked in there behind him and did impede the Wynnum defence.
Well, that's the third Shepherd out of the field, of course. Calling David and Jamie. Now McDonald Kerr. Got through a lot of work for Wynnum. And interfered with as he tried to play the ball.
Penalties now favouring Wynnum by 11-3, and that's a fairly good share of possession.
Green makes no mistake this time. So they come back. Plenty on the minds, no doubt, of this Holy Cross side. They want to be woken up, or if another try just a moment ago didn't, one more is certainly going to bring them right back into action. Ball's been stolen by Mujali. He's lost it again back to Wynnum. So 6 more tackles. Well, Matthew Brown was laying all over him. Holy Cross are getting themselves into a whole heap of trouble.
What do you do here? Do you kick the goal, get the 2 points and get within a converted try, or do you kick for the sideline? There's your answer. You kick for the sideline.
They didn't even...
Didn't blink.
Didn't blink the thing. McDonald Kerr just 10 or 12 metres out now.
And 10 minutes to go, Graham, in this second semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup.
Maynard, a try here would bring this entire semi-final to light. Green, Predel, Taylor charging onto the ball. To his feet now, Green wants it. The little hooker, Kruger, says, I want it and I want to try. Well, he got close, just a couple of metres away. Wittenberg at dummy half. He's going to try and dive over from there. Not strong enough. Last tackle now. They've got them stretched. The ball is in midfield, right under the post if they can spin it. Well, they were a mile offside there. Green tries to get across himself. Can't do it. They're a little bit lucky to get away with it, Holy Cross. They were a mile offside out wide. And that forced Green back into the middle.
But Wynnum, as you can see, playing with a lot more commitment now in defence. Their defensive line is going up and they're making their tackles. It's another story whether they can sustain that for this final 10 minutes, but I've been most impressed by the green and greys in this second stanza.
Mujali, good strong run from the front rower. Wayne, I guess this Holy Cross side would have to talk about discipline, though, wouldn't they?
Well, if you look at the penalty count, 11 points to 3, that's well, 11 points to 4 now, 11 penalties to 4. It's a big count against you, and when you're going into a final next week, as they most likely will from here, you can't afford to go giving away penalties with that inconsistency, because it's going to cost them dearly next week. And if Wynnum were able to control the ball a little more often in this match, I think Holy Cross might be in a lot more trouble.
Graham, that undisciplined display that's caused them, Wayne, that undisciplined display that's caused them to give away penalties, they wouldn't be able to afford that against St Gregory's, would they?
No, St Gregory's is a very disciplined side. They get, in the games that I've seen them, they've given away very few penalties, they've dropped very few balls, and they've played strongly around the rucks. And Holy Cross would want to pick up their effort on tonight's performance to even threaten St Gregory's.
Well, you've got Benny Elias over there with you at the moment. Benny, I'm just wondering, is your heart in your mouth? It is, Bill.
Well, this might help you as Matthew Stewart, I should say, gets into the quarter line, Benny. They're trying to get through to the cup final and wrap it up. Now Jamie Shepherd. Jason Stewart now brings the fullbacks Cox into the line. 5 metres away. Jamie Shepherd kicked into the end goal, knocked on, knocked back, says Peter Kidd. I thought the ball was knocked forward by Taylor. Looked as though a scrum should have gone down with the Holy Cross speed.
Well, I doubt whether Wynnum's going to score a try from here. They've now got some 7.5 minutes. They've got 100 metres of football field looking at them, and what they're going to have to do is obtain a better field position. They've come up with a fumble. That's going to force the scrum, and that could be the last throw of the dice for them. Referee Peter Kidd setting this scrum now some 5 metres out from the Wynnum line. Jamie Shepherd to feed. Runs
well, he's
wide.
got it. David Shepherd's got it now for Matthew Stewart. To the outside, he can't link up with Matthew Farley. David Shepherd. Jamie Shepherd. Mujali. Still 5 metres away. They can't cross the line. Brown out of dummy half. Jamie Shepherd. Ball that touched the referee.
Just a little bit of education out there for anyone watching. Some boys might be thinking it'd be a good situation here to kick a field goal. Well, it wouldn't be. Holy Cross have got this game fairly well tidied up at 14-6, and they're far better to maintain the ball in the opposition's quarter than get the 1 point and be back in their own quarter.
David Shepherd gets very, very close. 5 metres out. Brown from dummy half. Doesn't get across the line. But in fact, it comes now just straight from dummy half. And the try comes, I think it came for David Shepherd, it did. So the brothers get on the try-scoring board, and Holy Cross wrap up that cup final berth.
Well, Holy Cross have been threatening to do this for a little while now. We can see there they're pulled down just inches short of the try line. David Shepherd got a good, quick, clean play of the ball. The space was there for him. He went in nice and low and was never going to be stopped. Here it is from another angle, in low. Wynnum defence a little bit too high to do anything about it.
So David Shepherd, 1 from 3, trying to convert his own try. Brings it round sweetly. He does just that. And Holy Cross finally put their stamp on this semi-final and make it 20-6. Good crowd at Carrington Park. Good crowd here at Carrington Park to watch this semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup. As Taylor gets this restarted and puts it out on the full and back for the penalty right on halfway.
Well, they've had a few problems with their restarts tonight on a couple of occasions from penalties. Wynnum High didn't find touch, and there we have a situation where they put the ball on the full out over the sideline. Of course, I suppose that's the mark of a side that's a bit frustrated, although I think, Graham, they can play better than they have, but they've still been pretty competitive. I think I've been impressed with Wynnum.
Matthew Hobbs in 16, who's out there as a replacement, as is Matthew Doherty.
I think
David Shepherd with the kick down towards the end goal. Jason Adams just manages to get there in time.
David Shepherd, the man to put that kick in. I think if I was Peter Bevan, the coach for Holy Cross, I'd be looking at replacing him. He's a player he can ill afford to do without. He's carrying a bit of a knee injury. I just couldn't do without him in the final.
Of course, thanks to the Commonwealth Bank for their great support right throughout what has been yet another great season. As Doherty now gets his first touch of the ball. There's the Commonwealth Bank. Great supporters, not just the Junior Rugby League, but sport right throughout Australia. Brown just a metre away. He has a cramp. It's going to be a struggle for the little hooker to get up and play the ball.
Well, we might have to get someone else to come in and do the job for him.
Well, they're going to do just that, and they move play right underneath the post. Jamie Shepherd out for David Shepherd again. Nearly another Shepherd. That makes it 4, I would have thought. A couple of metres away from the try line for Holy Cross. Can they find their way, as they already have shown, through to another Commonwealth Bank Cup final? Out wide, coming out wide, and another try for Jason Dunn. He's been out there about 60 seconds. He's got his first touch and he's picked up a 4-pointer.
That's a nice reward for the young replacement. Simple football here by Holy Cross. It was just a case of the pass always booting the man. They had the numbers. The ball went onto the young replacement there, the number 14 Dunn, and over he goes.
One of the problems here is that Wynnum are just sliding across field in defence. They're not really moving up to cut the ball off. A great ball out here from Wheelhouse to the fullback Cox. Cox gets the ball onto Jason Dunn. All his Christmases have come at once. Scored a great little try.
That's how it is done, says Jason Dunn. First touch and a try. And the Holy Cross supporters who've travelled all the way to Bathurst now know they're in another Commonwealth Bank Cup final. Two from 4 for David Shepherd. Most of his kicks have been difficult ones from out wide, and he finds himself right out on touch again. Disappearing into the crowd. Again, he's pushed that way out to the right. Holy Cross, though, with that much better in scoreline than what it looked early in the second half. 24-6. Inside the last minute of this second semi-final of the Commonwealth Bank Cup. As I said before, it's been another great season. Of course, one man who was so much a part of the Commonwealth Bank Cup for so long, John Brennan, who was a caller here through some great finals. He celebrated 40 years in radio last week. Breno, all the best from everybody at the 10 Sports Action team. Congratulations.
Here, here. Well done, John Brennan.
He would be saying, hee-haw. Holy Cross College are into another cup final. He had a close association with this school. Now Mackey, he's played strongly, as have all the forwards. Jason Stewart. Farley. Back for Stewart, who was on the ground. I don't know where he thought he was going to be going.
Thanks.
Now he's got a bit of a cramp. As I said, very, very cold conditions. There's the siren. And Holy Cross through a stop-start display. A display that could have seen them put on some more points, I think. But in the end, it's still a strong scoreline in anybody's books in a semi-final. Wynnum not disgraced in the second half. Holy Cross have got home by 24 points to 6. Now, importantly, Adidas Player of the Series points tonight. 1 point went to Brett Wheelhouse. 2 points went to David Shepherd. 3 points in a great display, brother Jamie Shepherd. And of course, they're all in with a strong show for our Player of the Series in the final next week. Holy Cross go over to celebrate with their supporters. And then next week, of course, that now sets up the Commonwealth Bank Cup final of 1989, a 5:30 kickoff on Wednesday next week.